Welcome to OverTheWire.biz. Again, my name is T King, and I'll be your tutorial instructor here. And again, please, if you would like to ask questions, you would like to have any information, uh, or you want to suggest something, like maybe something that you want us to do differently on our tutorials, please don't hesitate to put a post down. Preferably, if you can go to our blog at www.superiornetworks.biz/blog, that would be more helpful because we answer in the forum quite a bit. We have a team that actually answers in there. But we're hitting on our second chapter of their fourth chapter, because the first two chapters are more of an ethical type of situation here. We're not talking about ethics here. We're getting straight into the meat of everything. Now, a couple things that you need to know about Windows here. We're just going to talk about the history and explain the Windows interface. We're not going to hit these two until the next video. Okay, there are different types of operating systems out there that Windows has posted, different flavors. Same operating system, I should say, but just different flavors. The three that we will hit on the most is Windows 2000, XP, and Vista. However, there are many different versions. I'm going to go ahead and just go down to a couple of them here. I want to talk about some of them here. I'm going to go down to the first couple of them. Back in '85, they developed one called Windows 1.0. Pretty much there's no graphical system to it. It was just basically all command line driven. Until they put out the Windows for Workgroups version 3.1, which is this particular screenshot, and it became viral. That's how Windows basically got on the map with this. Okay, so that lets you know. Then after that, Windows 95 was put into play, which Windows 95 looks like this. There's Windows 95. 98 looks very similar to it, but here's a little tidbit of information I want you to focus in on right here. Windows 95, 98, 98 again, but that's SE, it's second edition. And then there's ME, okay, which is Millennium Edition. Now, these flavors of Windows basically was the pioneers of the Windows journey, I should say. Okay, so there are always problems in every operating system, always bugs, and that's why the need for upgrades. Okay, doesn't matter if you're using a Mac or Linux; they all have needs for upgrades. With that said, we're going to move on and talk about the other ones. We won't really deal with these much, but there are some companies that still have the archaic operating systems out there that they have to use because maybe they have what they call proprietary software for that particular operating system, so that it's not compatible with any other. Okay. So anyway, talking about that, here are some screenshots of the new Windows operating systems that are out there. We have XP, we have Vista, we have I think 2000 is in there too, and we also have Vista and 7, Windows 7 look very much alike, so keep that in mind. But there's a lot of different flavors. Okay, I'm just going to go over a couple of them. There is the 2000, the XP, and the Vista family, as we already mentioned. There's a 32-bit version of each, and there is a 64-bit version of only the two, which is XP and Vista. 64-bit versions usually run on Titanium processors, so you can't really use them with any processor, and it's not practical anyway. They mainly use those for servers. There are some other values they may use them for, like heavy graphics and whatnot. Maybe, and I'm not saying gaming, but some gamers do use it. But developing games in a developer environment, you definitely need a Titanium processor. It's probably recommended. But there these different flavors. I want to note one thing here with 2000 XP. Notice that there is no Windows XP Server Edition. There's none. Well, XP Professional can actually act similar to it. Can run services on it, but there is what they call Windows Server 2003, which is not mentioned here, but will be mentioned later on. I actually do use it. Very good operating system to use for a server. Anyway, there are differences in the excuse me, in the I should say in the upgrade of each operating system. Home does not support certain features, certain security features, which we'll talk about here right now. Windows XP Home, it does not have the ability for you to log on to a Windows domain. The encrypting system, it doesn't have an encrypting file system, and it doesn't support multiple processors, and it does not support remote desktops, nor NTFS access control or group policies. NTFS access control is for your folders and your files. You can set permissions on who can use or read or write over a product, or write over a file. Okay, group policies. This is like the questions they put there. If you don't want certain people to access the program, Windows XP is not home. Windows XP Home is not the operating system to have to block out rights for those, or if you don't want them changing the screensaver, the group policies section is not available in Home. It's only available in Professional. Okay, now let's go back to Professional. We'll go back up here. There's quite a bit in here. Professional has a lot of capabilities. Matter of fact, that's what I'm using now. Allows you to log into a domain. It allows you to do all those things that XP Home can't do. Media Center is basically driven for people that like to watch movies and make home movies, and also DVDs and whatnot. That's what Media Center is geared towards. But it does have a lot of capabilities. It does allow you to log into a domain, which is interesting. I actually had the pleasure of trying that just for test, because I've never seen it on in any book that you could not. So anyway, but XP tablet version we will not hit, not even in the Comptia plus exams, but we won't really talk about much at all. They're just basically talking about the kind that is looks like it's on a notebook, and you can write with it. They have programs like Penflix and things like that. That doesn't incorporate into your Comptia plus exams at all. Never is in there. Okay. We were talking about the architecture of the 64-bit. What that means is you of course need an Itanium processor. So back to Vista. Notice that there's more Vista than there is of XP. Okay. Again, there are differences in the Home Basic, Home Premium, Business, Ultimate. Ultimate, you can do all the things you could do in XP and then some. It incorporates everything that's in here. But Home Premium, it allows you do have network capability, but not that much. Here is a Home Basic. Vista Home Basic has the capability of Windows Media Center, Windows XP Media Center, except that it doesn't give you all the other networking capability. It's strictly designed for multimedia support. Again, here's a quick little look. This looks like the Apple TV version, but it's very similar. Actually, if you mod your Apple TV, you can actually tap into the Media Center with your Apple TV. It's really cool. Home Premium, which is very similar to Home Basic. It has the multimedia situation, but it has an upgraded version of the Media Center, which gives you PVR capability, which is the video recording portion of it there is found in XP. Okay? All right, XP Media Center. I'm sorry, let me make sure that's a note. And then there's Vista Business, which there's more security, and Ultimate has everything that all of those have. It's the best one out there. Okay, very good for if you have game performance issues. Ultimate's a good operating system to have. It kind of cuts down on that. So that's basically it for this tutorial. I'm just wanted to give you a rough draft on those. And we're gonna try to make our videos smaller. But please, if you have any questions, suggestions, get on the YouTube channel, or my YouTube channel, overthewire.biz. Comment on it. I'll be happy to help you. I'll do the best I can to answer any and everyone's emails or posts, excuse me. Or you can get on our blog, www.superiornetworks.biz/blog. Okay. Thank you again. We appreciate you coming to look at our tutorials. And till next time, this is T King.